Welcome to Around the Mecca, ladies and gentlemen, where our sports analysts square off in a 3-round debate contest. Each analyst will be scored based on the quality of their facts, the soundness of their arguments, and how they counter their adversary. Each has 60 seconds to explain their position and 30 seconds for rebuttal. The best argument wins the point. The best of 3 wins the show. You all ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Let's go ahead and get into the first question. MVP cases, who you got? Let's go.
Alston Cole. By default, in my opinion, Russell Westbrook is the NBA's most valuable player. You can argue with me Harden all you want, despite Houston being 55-27, having an 8-game better record. Listen to me on this one. Oklahoma City, with Westbrook off the court, 10 less points, almost nearly 11 less points, 97 to 107.9. This is all per 100 possessions, my favorite stat to look up. More rebounds with Westbrook on the floor. They average nearly 4 more rebounds with him on the floor as well. Plus 4.2 with him on. With him off the floor, minus 8.1 in plus minus. Houston, on the other hand, only averages 7 more points with Harden on the floor than when they do with him off. They already are a plus 2.3 with him off the court, and with him on, they're just a plus 6.7. So that's a 4-point increase, but you don't see what you see here with Oklahoma City and Westbrook. They shoot the same percentage from 3 with Harden on the floor as with him off. They only shoot 1% better with him on the floor. And 42 triple-doubles, first time since Big O in 61-62. He only scored below 20 9 times all year, as opposed to 13 for Harden. He scored 30 or more 44 times, including 5 50-point games. He was number 1 in the player efficiency rating at 30.6, which is the highest since Wilt Chamberlain. All I'm saying, you can disregard the game the other night. Oladipo and Cantor only combined for 14 points, while Clint Capella, Patrick Beverly, Nene, and Lou Williams combined for 61. I rest my case. Westbrook, MVP.
Cory Sannon. Okay. You're my friend, right? You're a pretty knowledgeable man about the game of basketball. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
All I need is 3 points for James Harden. Because everybody's getting so lost in this triple-double nonsense, this, oh my God, he's having the most historic season of all time. Nobody cares. I'm gonna put it this way: the world isn't fair, and the people that work the hardest don't always get what they deserve. Russell Westbrook is putting in all this work. He's averaging a triple-double, but who cares? James Harden has more wins. James Harden has almost identical stats. He's actually leading the league in assists, by the way. Has identical stats to Russell Westbrook. And he's doing it James Harden stuff. He's James. This is regular James Harden numbers. Russell Westbrook's a tryhard. Russell Westbrook's teammates are boxing out and allowing him to get rebounds. James Harden is just cool and he's chilling out, and he's still putting up these numbers. And he led his team to the 3rd seed. Now, another point. People have got to stop making this Allen Iverson and Russell Westbrook comparison. Allen Iverson had the worst teammates. He was surrounded by defenders. And Allen Iverson, at 6 foot, led his team to 56 wins. Russell Westbrook was at 47. James Harden's at 56. I'll rest my case. James Harden is the MVP. I'm ashamed of you, sir.
Also, man, Allen Iverson didn't have this tough Western Conference to go through. He didn't have Kawhi and the Spurs. He didn't have the Golden State Warriors. You still got the LA Clippers. They're still talented now. Houston, yes, I'll give it to you. 55, they have 8 more victories. Harden's been spectacular since he left OKC, and I love him for it. But we're talking most valuable. And in a nutshell, Westbrook is more valuable to the Thunder than Harden is to the Rockets by a slim margin, but we're talking most valuable regular season. OKC will probably lose this series to the Rockets, but if you're going to put it in a room, I go with Westbrook for the regular season.
Okay, well, for starters, they're going to get swept. Don't say they're going to lose, and it's not going to be a competitive series. They're going to get swept.
Bring out the
First
brooms.
of all, James Harden already dropped 37 on Russell Westbrook's neck last night. It's going to get even worse from here. Russell Westbrook's going to have an 8-point game. I can already see it. I can predict the future, by the way.
Oh, you're going to predict 8 points?
Oh, yeah, 8 points. I can see it.
8
Russell
points.
Westbrook's efficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, I might sound a little bit congested. It's because Russell Westbrook's performance has me under the weather tonight. I don't know what to do right now because this James Harden, Russell Westbrook MVP race just has me. I don't know what to do. It's just like I can't believe you're saying this right now. James Harden has more wins. He's clutcher. He's more efficient. Don't give me this. His teammates are better. Nobody cares. Russell Westbrook is not the MVP. Oh, and by the way, stop calling him Russell Westbrook. It's Russell Westbrook. Get it right, Nick.
Ooh.
Why you had to go so hard on me, though?
I'm sorry.
Matter of fact, I'm taking your point away. I was going to let you win that round.
No.
I'm just playing, man. You still get the point. That was great.
As I should.
Yeah, you earned it,
When
man.
you the best, I mean, you know.
Okay, DJ Khaled. Moving to the next question.
Step it up, Cory.
To the next question. Are the Cavaliers in trouble going into the playoffs? We see that they lost the first game. Well, they barely won the first game, came out with a point margin victory. How do you feel about it? Matter of fact, you get to start since you just won the last round.
Oh, let the best go first. Why not?
Okay.
Well, first of all, I don't know why people are still why do people put so much stock into this LeBron James-led teams in the regular season? It's like LeBron hasn't cared about the regular season since the 2013-14 season. I don't know why we still even care. LeBron James, he's a coaster. The dude, he relaxes, almost like James Harden. Only he's not as good as James Harden. Okay, but LeBron. I'm sorry, I'm just playing. But LeBron James, it's just I don't understand why people put so much stock into it. I mean, it's just we've seen this story play out so many times. LeBron James, and whether it's with the Heat or the Cavaliers, he loses to teams he has no business losing to. He loses to the Sixers, the Brooklyn Nets when they had KG and Paul Pierce and Jason Terry. He lost to the Pacers when they had David West, Lance Stevenson, and Paul George. But what happened when they got to the postseason? Oh, those teams got swept. Those teams got beat in 6-game series. Oh, I mean, I guess the Pacers took them to 7 games, but that's back when Paul George was, he's emerging, not coasting. So, I rest my case. I mean, LeBron, I don't know why people put so much stock into it. LeBron's going to be in the finals. There's nobody to contest them in the playoffs. I don't know why we still do this. I mean, we have this same conversation every year, and every year LeBron's in the finals, and more often than not, he wins.
Okay, Alston. Great point. But what about you, man? Do you feel as if they're in trouble?
No, actually, I do not, man, and I'm going to tell you why. Despite going 11-14 in their last 25 games, keep in mind, only 2 teams have won a title with a below 500 record in their final 25 games. Despite being just 23-23 of their last 46, and despite being a sub 500 team on the road, they dodged the only 2 bullets in the East that would have given them any trouble in the first round. That's the Heat and the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to tell you why. The Heat, over the course of the second half of the season, had the second best record in the NBA, not right behind the Golden State Warriors. Had they not lost Deion Waiters with 13 to play and gone 7-6 over the last 13 and fell out of the playoffs by 1 game, we could be having a very different conversation right here today.
Could be.
They avoided the Bulls, who swept them 4-0 this year. You got Dwayne Wade there, big brother to LeBron. I don't care what anybody says. He taught that man how to win. The Bulls have had Cleveland's number since they came there. The Cleveland has not won a regular season series against the Bulls since LeBron's came back to Cleveland. You go to round 1. You have Indiana and Paul George. Paul George I'm sorry, I don't care. He does not believe he can beat LeBron at the biggest stage. He's failed against him 3 times already. 2012, they fell in 6. 2013, they had a nominally fluke series and took him to 7. And then 2014, when they're claiming they get the number 1 seed, they lose to him in 6. This guy does not believe he can beat LeBron. The Toronto Raptors don't believe they can beat LeBron either, even though it went 6 last year. And I'll tell you why. The Toronto Raptors have Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Those 2 are 2 of the mentally weakest superstars that I've ever seen. I'm going to tell you this. For Toronto to get to that next level, they're going to have to upgrade have a closer. DeRozan is too inconsistent. Lowry is too inconsistent. They're too up and down. And then the Celtics, finally. We'll leave off the Celtics and the Wizards because you could go either way at this point and who's going to make the conference finals. The Celtics are the worst 1 seed since the 78-79 Supersonics. They have a plus 2.7 point differential, which is the worst one since that team. And they have a net rating of plus 3.1. And they've lost 31 games. How can you even defend that? And the Wizards just don't have enough depth or experience. John Wall, as great as he can be, doesn't have enough experience. He's too sporadic. Bradley Beal's too inconsistent from the 3-point line at times, even though I do love me some Bradley Beal. The Cavs aren't in trouble because they don't have a threat in the East. Now, we're talking the finals. It could come a different story. But as of right now, they're coasting to the East. They'll probably lose 3 games.
Well, Cory, okay, by the way, I won that, by the way, but it's okay. Cory, so just in the interest of good taste, I think it's important for us to recognize that Isaiah Thomas is dealing with the loss of his sister. So nobody really should put any stock into this 1 seed Bulls Celtics series because if I'm being serious, I feel like the Bulls should sweep them because Isaiah Thomas needs mental rest. I'm sorry, it's the Bulls. I mean, look. Don't sleep on D Wade now. I mean, isn't that your favorite player?
That's my guy, man. But he has not been the
Don't
same.
sleep on D Wade. I mean, Jimmy Butler is he's a beast too. But I feel like they should get that series over with as fast as possible. Isaiah Thomas needs mental rest. So, just an interesting good taste.
Okay, gotcha. Who would I give those points to? Should I give?
Nick, stop playing.
I'm gonna be honest.
You know who what it is.
I'm gonna be honest. He deserved it that round. He deserved it.
Okay.
And plus, I want a third question. Who doesn't love third questions?
Hey, I like the pressure. So
who doesn't love the three ball?
Okay.
And you the best, right?
I'm the best. Hey.
All right, that's all we need to know.
Coming back like Cleveland.
Speaking of Cleveland, will they win this year's championship? Who do you have as the NBA Finals champions?
Who do I have? You so lucky I got my Spurs jersey on right now. I'm a diehard Spurs fan. On my Skip Bayless stuff today. Look, check this out.
Got his black and white on.
Look, we know LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers are making it to the finals. We can sit here and talk about the upcoming Bucks and the Raptors and the Hawks. And nobody cares about these teams. We know they're going to get trashed by LeBron. All it takes for LeBron to go off in the series, and the series is won. So LeBron's getting there. We are going to destroy the Golden State. I'm predicting it right now. 6 games. The Spurs are getting to the Western Conference Finals. We're gonna sweep Memphis. Memphis sucks. We're gonna sweep them. I mean, come on now. I don't care about how good they played in the first half last night. You saw who the best team was in the second half, did you not? You saw it. So, what do we get? It doesn't matter whether we get Houston or the Clippers or whoever we get in the semifinals. It doesn't matter who we get in the semifinals. We're gonna destroy them. I mean, it's gonna either be OKC or Houston. We're gonna destroy them. It's going to be an easy sweep. I'm sorry. I like James Harden. Come on now. The MVP race is coming to an end. Semifinals over. Western Conference Finals, Golden State. The Golden State, they don't have interior protection. We have LaMarcus Aldridge.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw game 1 of the regular season, but LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard destroyed the Golden State Warriors. Don't let these other matchups throughout the season where, teams are resting, players are resting. Oh, we had the best bench, by the way. We also won that game, the Battle of the Benches. I know you saw that game. We have the best bench in the league. So it's going to be an easy series for us. Kevin Durant's a choker. So, he's going to choke in this series. I can predict it now. 6 games. I'm not giving it 7. 6 games. Finals. LeBron James cannot beat the Spurs. I'm sorry. LeBron can be as good as he wants to be. He can score as much. He can have as many historic finals as he wants to. We're not the Golden State Warriors. We're not chokers. When Kawhi Leonard gets in the finals, Kawhi Leonard balls. When Steph Curry gets in the finals, Stephen Curry can't be found. He's gone for the series.
Okay.
Klay Thompson, I've never seen a more disgusting finals team in my life. That Stephen Curry's career is so ugly. How do you have 2 MVPs, no finals MVPs? That's disgusting. You know who has a finals MVP? Kawhi Leonard, the Claw, having his best season of his career, and he's gonna drop 30 on LeBron's neck every series. I'm sorry, it's gonna be I'm predicting a 6-game series, so they're gonna win the championship.
6 games, Spurs over Cleveland.
Spurs Nation, we out here. We don't need Trey Songz and all these other little Spurs bandwagons weighing us down. We got this. You see the black and white on right now. So I mean, it's simple. It's simple, man.
Okay.
I know basketball. Listen to me. I know basketball.
Okay, I believe you. And San Antonio has been a very consistent program.
Cory. Top that.
So, Cory, how you feeling? Who you think? What you see in your future?
Well, if you're going to Vegas and you're going to bet, the safe bet would be to be Golden State or San Antonio. If you look at the way the teams have played this year, they're both up 65+ wins. They're both saying that, but I say if because I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it this year. I'm going with Cleveland. Cleveland, look at my camera. Repeat. Not only am I going to pick them to win in 7 games over Golden State, I'm sorry, man, I can't pick your Spurs. I think the Warriors have too much offense. Give them 1 more year, then I think they'll be there. I'm sorry. I don't care about the numbers. Cleveland can flip the switch better than anyone in the NBA, just like LeBron and the Heat could back before they got dismantled and LeBron went back to Cleveland. By your Spurs, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You never count LeBron out in the playoffs anymore. That's not something you can do. This is not 2010. This is not 2011 where he's going to freeze up in the fourth quarters and disappear for an NBA Finals series that I'm still not over, by the way.
As you should.
And we're going to get on to with Kevin Durant. I'm not going to get into the psychoanalytical part of it because I don't see into the players' minds. But if I could go off of what I've seen, LeBron doesn't fear Kevin Durant. He's 14-4 against him in the regular season. And that's not including a 4-1 dominating performance over Durant and the Thunder back in 2012 in the NBA Finals. Remember those? How long did those finals last? You have Stephen Curry, who's underperformed in both of his NBA Finals. In all of his NBA Finals games, 13 total games, Stephen Curry, 24.3 points per game and 5 assists per game on 42% shooting. He has 58 total turnovers to 64 total assists. What? Kyrie Irving, a bad boy if I ever seen one, averaging 25 a game on 47% shooting, 40% from the three-point line, and 90% from the free throw line. This guy steps up when it counts. He gave Steph Curry the business in last year's NBA Finals. He's going to do it again. Kevin Love, the third wheel, the forgotten man, the Chris Bosh of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Love has had a resurgent season aside from all the scrutiny. He's averaging 19-11, 37% on his threes. You've got Tristan Thompson, his energy to go with a J.R. Smith, a Kyle Korver, Channing Frye, Darren Williams. The list goes on. Richard Jefferson coming off the bench. I believe in Iman Shumpert's defensive ability. They do not play to fear the Warriors, and this will play to their advantage. I'm so confident in my pick that not only will I come on this show next semester and admit that I was wrong, I will waltz into this studio wearing a Kevin Durant jersey and a Golden State Warriors hat. Bet right here, right now, Nick Stokes, you heard it.
Ladies
Cleveland
and
at
gentlemen.
7. Cleveland at 7 for the second year in a row, repeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard a good 3 minutes of dead air. I mean, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any good points. I didn't hear any sort of, you're talking about LeBron James he's built for this now, and he's not going to have any more of those whack. Hey,
He's not.
How quickly do we forget? Cleveland comes back from a 3-1 deficit. Mm-hmm. But we like to forget that in those 4 original games 1 through 4, LeBron did nothing.
But it doesn't matter what happened when they finished. What happened when they finished, though, the last 4?
But see, that's when you're dealing with the Golden State Warriors have shown us time and time again, they're chokers. How can they succeed when their best player is a choker?
Remember, though, they came back from down 3-1 on Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and that team was hot. They had just dismantled your Spurs.
But Kevin Durant's also a choker. So, I mean, it's actually a match made in heaven. A choker joins the choker. And I'm actually convinced when they met at half court, him and Steph Curry, I'm convinced that's when he told him, hey, I'm packing my bags. I'm coming here this offseason.
And how far have we come from the time when Kevin Durant was known as a clutch shot maker? Remember that?
Hey.
We've come a long way since then.
I mean, look, I can't take Golden State serious. Once you get busted in the face by Deion Waiters, you get a mouthpiece from Deion Waiters, I can't trust you no more. I mean, it's over with. I mean, I don't got no faith in the Warriors. I just don't see it. Hey, man, I mean, your pick is your pick, but look, we can't all be right, man.
Mm-hmm. I know we can't all be right.
But I will be.
Well, guys.
We'll see.
Well, guys, that concludes the debate. Last point to give out, I gotta give it to my man, Alston Co.
Thank you.
Oh, Val.
Cory.
Well, with that being said, we'll see you all next week on Sports Mecca. We'd love for y'all to meet us next week. Great show coming up. Last show of the semester is gonna be great. Tune in. Stay stoked, everyone.